That's yeah.
See, it doesn't say anywhere you need to put to propose a role play, but in fact, it's in there.
Wait, am I screen sharing? Like, wait, can you guys see the procurement plan? Yeah, but it's only the head of the
The
you
URL,
can share.
we can see the URL.
Okay.
Can you enter? Maybe to if you enter, it will show the file. Or
Oh wait. I don't know what's going on. This doesn't work.
can you get that file as a PDF on your laptop?
Oh yeah.
And then what you can do, you can share that PDF, or you can share straight from your laptop, because it looks like you're trying to go onto the internet with a URL, and I think that can cause some confusion.
Um. Wait. What about them?
Right.
So I'm supposed to explain this, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So should I start now?
Yeah, you can start when you're ready.
Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to this meeting. So today I'm going to be explaining our procurement management plan. So first of all, I'm going to give you guys a little overview. So this procurement management plan basically outlines the process of sourcing and purchasing resources for the small business workshop that we're having in Ballarat. And it is scheduled for the third week of September, and it also ensures compliance with CBSA's procurement policy and procedures and budget requirements while supporting safe travel, effective delivery, and a professional event experience. Okay, so first of all, I have some resources to be procured. For the travel and accommodation, we're going to need car hire, fuel, and overnight stay if it is required for Tina Hughes and Steve Alfonso, and a workshop venue. So we need uh, to hire a meeting or conference room with AV facilities. And for equipment, we're going to need a projector, portable PA system if it is not supplied by venue. And for catering, we're going to order morning tea, lunch, and afternoon tea for up to 20 participants, plus two facilitators. We also need printing and materials, which includes workshop booklets, name tags, evaluation forms, pens, and folders. And we're also, of course, going to have facilitator costs. So it's $30 an hour for Tina Hughes and Steve Alfonso. And they also have 8 hours each. And for the meal allowance, they get $30 per facilitator. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the risk assessment. So the risks that might happen still. So the first risk, if there's like supplier delay or cancellation, Obviously, this is gonna cause the delivery to be late or uh, cancellation of services. And this could also cause workshop disruption. And this is like a very possible risk to happen. But for the risk rating, it's moderate. So to control this, you need to book suppliers early and also confirm bookings in writing. Have backup suppliers on standby as well. So next up is equipment failure. So this will cause the inability to deliver presentations effectively. It also caused reduced participant satisfaction. This risk is quite unlikely, and uh, the impact is quite moderate. And to stop this, you need to test all equipment prior and bring a spare projector and cables and a laptop. Okay, next is the catering quality or dietary issues. This can cause the participant dissatisfaction or health risk. Could also cause minor complaints or illness. This is very possible to happen, and it's quite a moderate risk. So we need to provide a caterer with full dietary requirements in advance. And lastly, we have travel disruptions. This could cause the facilitators to arrive late and also reduce our workshop time. This is quite unlikely, but if it happens, it's gonna be quite moderate. So we need to allow extra travel time and also book accommodation a night before if it is necessary. Now we're going to move on to the contingency planning. So I have four scenarios. So the first one is if there's an unexpected staff illness during project execution. So if this happens, we need to arrange for cross-trained team member to take over essential tasks and notify all stakeholders of changes. So the project manager is going to do this, and he's going to reassign tasks and update project plan within 2 hours of notification. And the second one, if there's a supplier delay in delivering critical resources. So what we can do is we can contact backup suppliers from a pre-approved list and adjust a timeline if necessary and communicate to stakeholders. So the procurement officer is going to be doing this. They're also going to source from backup supplier and arrange expedited delivery within 1 business day. And we also have technical failure of project software. We're going to have to engage with the IT team to resolve this issue and also switch to backup systems to maintain workflow continuity. The IT support lead is going to be doing this. They're also going to have to troubleshoot and implement backup systems within 4 hours of failure. And lastly, we have the budget overrun identified mid-project. So here we have to freeze non-essential spending and review budget allocations and seek approval for adjustments. And the finance officer is going to be doing this. They're also going to have to conduct budget review and reallocate funds within 3 business days. So I will be getting our items from these following suppliers. We have a Ballarat Conference Center, the Quest Ballarat, and Office Works Ballarat. And for our evaluation criteria, these weightings will be used to evaluate. So first is the quality and technical capability. It weighs around 30%. The sustainability, basically the warranty fit for purpose and local resourcing, it's going to weigh 20%. And value for money or price is going to weigh 50%. So yeah, that's it. Do you guys have any, do you guys agree with this or? Hello?
Okay, fine.
Okay. Oh, well, I'm going to end this meeting now. So thank you for listening.
No, with the food aspect of it, because you're predominantly in a Muslim country, there may be some halal restrictions where people will expect the food to be strictly halal. Now, if that's the case, you probably is there such a problem in the meeting? Do you think? Uh, if that's the case, we need to accommodate people.
Yeah, so for uh like for the catering, we
Yeah.
also already put this in our risk. So we're going to find a caterer who fits the dietary requirements. So basically no pork or no lard.
Okay, and halal is specifically mentioned in the requirements
Yeah, yeah.
because some people can be allergic to peanuts or whatever. So when people apply to be at the seminar, we also need to include in the request for the application to say, is there any uh, food requirements that we need to attend to? And they will tell you, yes, we are allergic to whatever, and therefore we make sure that our caterer is able to meet the requirements. The same if people are say, well, look, we've got to have halal food, and then that's okay. In a case like this in Australia, for instance, we tend to say, okay, if there is going to be any Muslim people attending, then we make sure that the whole menu is halal. So then there is no, they're safe, they're okay, and everybody is happy with even the people who are not Muslim are quite happy to eat halal food. So that fixes that. That's the only comment I have on the food aspect, because sometimes it can be kind of hidden. People say, well, this is meets the restrictions, but they may not be aware of the halal aspect. The same if we had potential people being Jewish and having special whatever, I don't know what their difference is. We just make sure that it's all catered for. Um, so it's always better to over plan to be safe than to under plan and then have to have all the changes and at the last minute because someone can't do this or do that, and that becomes a problem. So we make it easier for ourselves by saying, okay, let's make sure everybody's covered and then everybody's happy. That's my only comment, but otherwise a very good presentation, very well detailed. I know that the risk assessment is kind of a guess.
Caroline, can you hear Dr. Frank?
No.
Oh, okay. Maybe he lost connection with us. We can wait for 1 until 3 minutes.
Okay. Wait, should I stop sharing or like?
Yeah, you can stop sharing, I guess. I'll let Dr. Frank.
Right. Okay. That's the only objection I had. In Australia, we try to make sure that everything is covered. So that because in Australia we've got over 50% of the population is uh, either from another country or their parents were from another country. So that means we've got a lot of mix. And we try to cover everyone in one hit, so to make our job a lot easier. You may have people who are Buddhists or people who are Hindu, who have some restrictions or whatever, and even their own personal, even Australians may have allergies to eggs or allergies to whatever. So if we know, then we'll make sure that the sandwiches don't have eggs, and then we're covered. But otherwise, Caroline, a very good presentation. Congratulations. And we can save that recording. I know the connection dropped out a couple of times, but that's all right. We are to make sure, just in case, you know, it's guaranteed to be perfect until it doesn't. So then we know. So I don't know what's happening, but at least we've got the recording that covers a fair amount of your presentation. So on Monday, I'll be able to access it from work and send it to Nabila to then pass it on to you. Okay, so that part of it is done. What I said earlier about your other assessments, I've just looked at them this morning. There's quite a few that I need to correct. The onshore students have been put into another class altogether with a special project. So I don't have to get involved. I've done all the preparation beforehand, sent them to the class. I said, no, you're the manager. All of you guys, you better obey that person. And one of the students becomes the manager of the whole class, which makes me free in another class to do the corrections on my own to do with all your assessments. So within a week or two, we should be all fixed, hopefully. But thank you for this one. See, this one didn't say anywhere you need to do a role play, but if you read the text, it does require a role play. That's all right. We got on top of it, so that's very good. Is that all you had to do, Caroline?
Yeah, I think so.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Until I find some other assessments that need a role play, but we'll let you know in time. We're just trying to make it as quickly as possible. As I was saying to Nabila, our office is going for the Christmas breakup in Christmas holidays from the 7th of December to the 7th of January. So I'm trying to make sure that everything is done in the next week or two on your side so that everything happens. Now, with the qualifications, once it's all signed off, it can be issued, and it's quite independent to having a graduation ceremony. Well, I think the paper and the transcript is more important than the ceremony, because if you're applying anywhere, that's what you need, right? So I've instructed Sylvia, this is what we'll do. As soon as it's signed by me, then it can be sent to you as your diploma and your transcript. And then there will be a graduation, hopefully before we go on holidays. But I don't know if Nabila goes on holidays or the Indonesian office goes on holidays like we do. But whichever way, they will organize a celebration day for the online students. And if you can come, great, you'll be welcome. And of course, if you can't, we understand that's just the way it is. That's life. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you very much, Caroline. If we don't talk to you again in the future, hopefully not, then all the best for the future.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Frank.
Okay, so you can leave the class if you like. And we're still waiting for Zebedee, who has not turned up. Harry has advised us that he won't be there this time, so that makes it simple. We might even close after you've gone. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Frank. Bye.
Stop sharing. Okay, bye-bye. Stop recording.